Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're jumping into Terminus Frontier, a game of high-stakes bounty hunting and deep space adventure. Brought to you by Forgeborn Games. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and games generally run about 60 to 180 minutes. So let's dive in and take a thematic look at this game. In Terminus Frontier, you step into the boots of a drift hunter, a rogue bounty hunter navigating the outer reaches of the galaxy. Every mission is a pulse-pounding challenge filled with tense battles, daring choices, and unpredictable encounters. The game seamlessly blends tactical combat and narrative-driven play, where every decision you make shapes your story. Each round begins with the squad formation phase, where you and your crew choose your roles. This is more than just deciding how you'll play. It's about setting the pace for the round. The point roll leads the charge, acting first but drawing the most enemy attention. The flanker thrives on speed and positioning, maneuvering to take clean shots and bypass enemy defenses. The watcher stays back, covering allies and setting up counterattacks. Your role selection also determines your initiative order and the amount of threat you generate, which directly affects enemy targeting. The higher your threat, the more likely enemies will focus on you, making squad coordination and balancing the risk essential. Now, with roles locked in, the enemy AI phase kicks in, and this is where things are going to get interesting. So the enemies in Terminus Frontier don't just stand around waiting to be picked off. They have their own intelligence. Driven by a dynamic AI system, each round, AI cards dictate enemy behavior, controlling movement, targeting, and special actions. They prioritize their attacks based on the threat levels, meaning your squad's choices in the squad formation phase directly impact that flow of the battle. One moment, they might charge in aggressively, overwhelming your defenses. The next, they're setting up deadly coordinated attacks that force you to adapt on the fly. Every encounter plays out differently, keeping battles fresh and unpredictable. And then comes the action phase, my favorite part of the game, where you take full control of the Drift Hunter. On your turn, you'll spend action points to play skill cards from your personal deck. These cards let you move, attack, or activate special abilities that define your playstyle. Maybe you'll rush in behind cover before firing a well-placed shot, or line up on an explosive combo using one skill to weaken an enemy before unleashing a devastating finisher. Every action is a piece of a larger tactical puzzle, and figuring out the best way to maximize your turn is where Terminus Frontier truly shines. Combat in this game is all about positioning, cover, and adaptability. Cover is crucial in battles. Enemies will use it to protect themselves, forcing you to reposition and find angles to get a clear shot. Instead of a flanking bonus, movement is about exposing enemies who are in cover, ignoring their defenses, and setting up high damage opportunities. Some weapons and abilities allow you to ignore armor or bypass cover, giving you more options in a firefight. Every shot counts, and maneuvering for the right position can be the difference between landing a solid hit or watching your shots get absorbed by enemy defenses. Every weapon in this game has its own ammo deck, and when you attack, you'll draw cards to determine your effectiveness. Will you land a precise shot, or will the shot get blocked by cover? Some weapons have limited clips, meaning you'll need to reload sooner, while others force you to manage heat levels carefully. Ammo is finite, so keeping track of your reserves is key. You don't want to be caught reloading while the enemy is closing in. And when taking damage, that's not just a simple hit point system. Terminus Frontier tracks injuries across 4 body locations: head, chest, arms, and legs. Each wound carries consequences, from reduced movement to weakened attacks. If your chest health drops to 0 though, you may be eliminated from the mission. But there's a slight chance you can push through, depending on certain conditions. The game keeps that tension alive, making every injury feel significant without being completely predictable. Terminus Frontier isn't just about brute force. Supporting your squad is just as important as taking down enemies. You might heal a wounded teammate, providing covering fire to keep an ally safe, or use crowd-control tactics to keep reinforcements at bay. The game rewards teamwork and clever play, so working together is the key to survival. And at the end of each round, the end phase gives you a chance to regroup. Players refresh their hands, pass the squad leader token, and prepare for what's next. But don't get too comfortable, because many missions feature escalating threats, surprise reinforcements, or environmental dangers that keep the pressure on. Then, between missions, the real fun begins. This is where Terminus Frontier truly lets you shape your Drift Hunter. You'll upgrade your character, choosing new skills, weapons, and gear to match your playstyle. Want to become an unstoppable tank? Yes, I do. Grab heavier armor and increase damage resistance. Prefer precision tactics? Invest in stealth and positioning bonuses. Each upgrade adds depth to your character and opens up new strategies for future missions. So that's just an overview of the gameplay and mechanics. I feel like some of the real magic here though is how it creates unforgettable moments. Maybe you're sneaking past an enemy patrol to plant explosives, only to have an unexpected event throw your plan into chaos. Maybe you're in a last stand scenario, desperately holding off waves of enemies as your squad scrambles towards the escape route. Every game session feels like a chapter in a gripping sci-fi epic, where your choices matter and the stakes feel real. So gear up, Drift Hunter. The galaxy isn't going to explore itself, and danger is waiting in every shadow. Are you ready to make your mark? Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now with that said, this game has that epic scale, that epic feel to it, even down to the presence on the table with actual obstacles you have to navigate around on the game board. I really like this 3D presence that it provides. There's miniatures and there's standees and there's different ways you can go with configuring your game, but I think they've done a really good job of just bringing you into this tactical style game. And it has a lot of trappings that you find in a lot of video games, which I found really fascinating. And I like how the threat level works, the initiative, how you have this board here to guide you through that. But then in between, just all the abilities you have about upgrading your characters and really crafting your Drift Hunters into what you want them to be. It has this epic spanning story, like I said, an epic sci-fi thriller. I really like it in general for that type of game. You just feel like you're involved, you're sucked into the story. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.